Well, hello again. This is Mark Steenstra, and this is the second video in a series that I'm doing on how to flip a lesson. This one is called Creating a Screencast of a Lesson. So let me get right into it. I'm going to start from a new tab because I want to show you how to do all this from scratch. And the first place you're going to go is to YouTube. Okay, and if you don't have a YouTube icon, you can just type in www.youtube.com. All right, notice it has my login name up here. You need to be signed in to your Calvin Christian Google Apps for this to work. And what you'll do is you'll click Upload. And then you need to click on Google Plus Hangouts on Air. And I'll do that a second. And now you need to give it your screencast a name. Now, what's going to happen for many of you is at that point it's going to ask you to sign up for Google Plus, because in order to use this Hangouts on Air, you must already have a Google Plus account. And so you'll set that up right through your Calvin Christian account. And what you need to do is, let me just go into email. This over here is, plus, and it will have your name. That's your Google Plus account. And if you click there and you haven't set it up yet, it's going to guide you through the setup. And that might even include having to give them your phone number, and they will either text you or leave a message with a verification code that you need to enter in just to enable your Google Plus account. Now that's a one-time thing, but yeah, you might have to do that just in order to get to this screen that I have up right now, which is the Google Hangouts on Air. So just be prepared for that, and if please give it a try before class. So if you need to go through those steps, you can take care of that before class. You don't need to go ahead and create your entire screencast, but I just want to make sure that you're able to run this Hangouts on Air. Okay, now just for your comfort, notice here that it says this video call is restricted to people at Calvin Christian School. You don't have to worry that other people are watching your screencast here outside of Calvin, because it's actually possible. Some people use this Hangouts on Air in real time, and it streams your video out in real time. So somebody could be watching me, right now, at least if they're from Calvin Christian, as I'm creating this. Now, it also is going to record this screencast and post it to YouTube for me automatically. And that's really why I'm showing you this. So what you need to do is give your Hangout a name, and that's going to be the name of the video that shows up on YouTube. So I'm going to just call this Screencast Example. Okay, and I'm going to say Start Hangouts on Air. Okay, and now it's showing me, in your case, it's going to show your profile picture, probably because you won't have a webcam. I happen to have a built-in webcam here. Okay, so that's fine. What you're really probably going to want to show for your screencast is your computer screen. And so you have all these options that are on the side here. You can actually go in and show a YouTube video within your screencast if you want. And there's a lot of other stuff. I'm not going to get into all of them. The one you're going to want to use is called Screen Share. Okay, so let me click on that right now, and I'm gonna do full screen, so it's gonna show my entire computer screen. And now that's my computer screen. It's real interesting, that kind of infinite picture. And it's ready. I'm ready to start a broadcast. So when I hit Start Broadcast here, it's going to start recording my screen. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. Okay, so this is confusing maybe because I'm doing a screencast of a screencast, but this is what you're going to want to do to start your screencast. So you hit Start Broadcast, and it's giving you a little warning here, so people will be able to view it. And now it's going to have a little countdown and tell you when it's going to post. What I found out is even though this countdown goes to 0 here, it's not really posting until this little wait thing finishes. There, now it just started posting. So if I wanted to create a screencast for my students, this is where I would start. Okay, and if I wanted to show them slides, I could show slides and I could go through. You can just hit the present mode. So now the slides take up the entire screen, and you could go through your slides and talk about them, and you can even point on the slides. Okay, another thing you might want to do actually is do some stuff with a whiteboard. So let me show you that. I already have installed on here a web whiteboard, which is a simple Chrome app. You would find it in the store. So if you want to add a web whiteboard, you just go here to the store, and you're going to just search for whiteboard. Okay, and you can see there's 3 apps that pop up right away, and a web whiteboard I have. If you don't have it, you just hit this free button and you install a web whiteboard. And then the next time you go in to your app page in Google, you'll see it there just like I have it. This one I haven't installed, but I actually helped Marlis install this one on her computer. And this one's a little harder to use, but it's a lot more powerful. So if you get into this, you might want to actually install one of these other whiteboard apps. Okay, for now I'm going to go into a web whiteboard. So let me just close this tab and click on the app. So notice on Chrome, when you hit a new tab, you have options down here to view most visited or your apps. So I clicked I'm on apps. So here I go into a web whiteboard. Okay, so let's just say I'm teaching math, and basically you're trying to put your lecture in. So I want to put in the same thing I'm going to put in when I'm in class on the whiteboard. So I got my pencil, medium size. I can say 2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay, and maybe I want to say, well, what is 4 here? And you're teaching the kids, about the definitions here. I can say, okay, 4 is the sum. And you put the sum up there. And, you get the idea. So it's basically like writing on a whiteboard. You can use different colors. You can erase things. This is a simple whiteboard. Okay, if you need to do more complicated things, then you probably want one of the other whiteboard apps. But the point is, whatever you can write on a whiteboard, you can write on your computer screen. Marlis and Jonathan actually have graphics tablets that allow them to write a lot more clearly than I just did, because I had to write this with my mouse. Okay, so that might be something, if you get into this, we might need to get you a graphics tablet. Okay, another thing you could do possibly for your lecture is, this is an example for science. There is a website, and it has this little Java app that allows you to build up atoms. And maybe you want to use a simulation like this to teach the kids. I have it open already down here. It's really cool. I can pull in a proton, and now it says I have hydrogen, and it's an ion. If I add an electron, now it's a neutral atom. If I add another proton, now I have helium, but it's unstable because it needs another neutron. And I can even add 2 neutrons. There's 2 different types of helium. And anyways, you get the idea. Anything you can display on your computer screen, you'll be able to display in your screencast. Okay, so let's say I'm finished with my screencast, and here's my Google Hangout, and then so I explained everything I want to the kids. I just hit end broadcast. Okay, and now what's going to happen is let me just close this page now because my broadcast is over. what's going to happen is it's going to take that screencast and save it up to YouTube. Now it can take up to 5 minutes. So let me just show you right now where you will find it. So we're going to go back into YouTube. And I'm going to click here and I'm going to go into my video manager. Okay. And what I'd be looking for is my video, which was screencast example. Okay, and it's not here yet because, like I said, it takes about 5 minutes for it to show up. So I'm going to pause the screencast and I'll come back when it shows up. Okay, I'm back again. It's 4 minutes later. All I did was hit the refresh here on my YouTube video manager and my screencast example finally showed up. And you can see a little 2 plus 2 equals 4. It's pretty much ready to go. There's a couple things you might want to do. If I go and look at info and settings for this video, you might want to change the privacy setting to unlisted. That way you can control who sees this video. The other thing you might want to do is to go into your Google Plus, and what you're going to see here is, well, it hasn't showed up. Oh yeah, there it is. So it didn't automatically post yet, but it probably will automatically show up on my Google Plus, in which case, oh here, this is it. You might want to just delete it, okay? You probably don't have anybody following you, but if you do, then you might not want them to see that screencast that you made. So that's really about it. If you wanted to, you could leave it on your Google Plus and have your students follow you. And then that's one way you can distribute the video. Otherwise, here's the URL. And let me just take it and paste it here into a new window. And you can see it brings me to YouTube. And here's the video I made. Okay, so if I turn on my speaker, create a screencast for my students, this is where I would start. Okay, and if I wanted to show them slides, I could. All right, so I'm not going to have you rewatch that, but you can see the screencast that I just made is a YouTube video, and this is the URL to the video. You can get it right here, and you could email that to your students. You could post it to a website. You could send it in Edmodo, whatever you need to, so they can watch your video. Okay, and that is it. Thank you. Oh, well, I just thought of one more thing. I just wanted to say that using Google Hangouts on Air is not the only way to create a screencast. In fact, the one I'm creating right now, I use this tool. It's called Screencast-O-Matic, and you can just go to this site. You don't even need to install anything on your computer. You just load the Java app, and you can record what's on your screen, and it's kind of nice because it like tracks your mouse and so on. So that's another way. And so if you want to use that, I can give you another screencast that gives instructions for using Screencast-O-Matic. So just let me know. Okay, so that's it. Please go on and watch the next video.